not having kids either. Okay, it's not gonna be like China where you have a one-child policy. That population is gonna just keep getting bigger.
That's crazy.
So that 3%, though your family doesn't listen to the podcast, it's gonna be, oh, we saw you on the 504. We think you're hilarious. We're gonna they start supporting you.
Yeah,
From India, all the way from India.
I don't think that they'd be listening until I do something of value,
Yeah,
like with talking to like a CEO of Google or something.
See, even if
I like how you say Google and it's not like an actual, like you're going to do a show somewhere in a big arena or like an actual like
shit.
Like
They don't know what that is.
Yeah, if you were like on Jimmy Fallon on SNL, they're like, okay, well, when are you going to like get a real job? Like,
Yeah, exactly. They were like, well, why are you fooling around still? I'm like, Mom, I literally bought a house. What more fooling around is there like left to do?
Yeah. What's the Asian comedian that like talks about his dad? He was unsupportive of his whole comedy career until he started paying for everything.
That's like everyone's
Joe Coy or like
no, it's like he's a new guy. He does like all his impressions, like his whole bits are all about his dad.
I don't know. I feel like that's
is it Osama Sadiq? Is he Bangladeshi?
No, he's just Asian. He's like no, he's not Bangladeshi. But
okay.
Like
either way, I feel like most minorities are like kind of have that, like your parents don't support whatever you do until like you actually do it successfully.
I think it's just an immigrant thing because like comedy is not something that really says stable, you know?
Yeah.
It means mentally unstable.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you did like comedy like 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, then it's a real stable job. But like,
no, it's not stable. Okay, every comedy scene is just the same $20 being passed around between your friends. Like,
yeah,
but it can be, but it's just like I see their perspective because they're like, fuck, my kid's gonna be poor and like I don't want them to struggle the same way that I did coming to this country. But like I think like there is a mental struggle with trying to do like a non-creative job all the time. So like obviously we all want to make it, but I get their perspective of just being able to have like a solid grind until you get to that point.
You gotta pick your struggles in life. Like it's like that's how I feel because I'm in a corporate job.
Yeah.
But I'm not happy. But like I flourish in creative environments, and it's like I want to do this full time, but it's like this doesn't pay everything, you know. And then you got to choose what you want to do. Like I'm not gonna just be a doctor.
Yeah, you gotta pick your battles.
I told my parents straight up right after high school, I'm like, I'm not being a doctor or lawyer. My mom's like, well, at least marry one, and I'm like, like, we'll see what happens.
I wish I could be the type of girl to just like marry a successful dude, but I just feel like I'm like a control freak and like a very deep part of me that like I can't let go of that to have like someone else just handle the finances.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
You couldn't be a housewife. You couldn't just stay home, chill.
Like emotionally, I want to be a housewife. I want someone to just hand me a wad of cash and I'll just have fun and sit around and like do like little cat things, like just hang out. But realistically, I think I'm like way too like ADHD to do that, and especially if I had like if I had to have a kid, like. I don't have anything against kids, but if I'm like a housewife with a child, that's not fun anymore. That's a job.
Yeah.
Not if you have a nanny.
Damn, you're so right.
Yeah, you gotta think big picture, Roo.
But it depends.
I'm thinking low.
It depends.
Rich.
Yeah, she needs to get rich.
Yeah.
Have a nanny, and then you can just do whatever the fuck you want.
You
and
can
like
have kids, but you don't have to raise them, Roo. You gotta think. Like,
Oh gosh, I'm not
Consuela.
thinking far term. But I'd have to have enough money to have a nanny and also like an amazing personal trainer because like kids be fucking up your body.
That's so true.
Yeah. And a good plastic surgeon, just in case.
Mommy makeover.
Yeah. That's crazy that they like advertise mommy makeovers.
It's
what
ridiculous.
is mommy makeover? I don't know.
Take it away.
Sure. It's
Is it
it's one of my fears of having children because some women, they bounce back. Some women, they just have it in their genetics. Other women, I feel like I'm that other woman that if I were to have a kid, I wouldn't recover. Like I would not bounce back. I would be like, and then just like stay like that. So like women who stay like that, they go to the hospital. They go get plastic surgery and then they just tummy tuck it all up. Like they slice them up.
Okay.
They like,
And it's called mommy makeover.
they like their boobies are saggy, so then they lift them up. Like it's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like a tuck and zip,
Tuck and zip.
Yeah, like someone's mom that we know. Maybe
someone's mom.
Oh, I thought you were saying specific. I'm like, do I know a mom that?
Oh shit, we're name dropping on.
Oh, you're saying? Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Big titty.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So
shout out Big Titty.
Yeah, there's comedian's mom that we wanted to interview for the longest on this podcast because she's hot.
Oh, damn, I knew it. I was like, it's because she's hot.
Yeah, she's super hot.
Yeah.
I was like, what is she talking about? I'm like, okay, I remember now.
We spent like part of the podcast like looking at her pictures, and we were like,
You want to see her?
Yeah, I'm so curious now.
I don't remember her thing.
Do we air them out right now?
Yeah, wait, are we
Mitch's mom?
We could do it after. Oh my god.
Mitch's mom is hot.
Hey Mitch, shout out to your mommy.
He does mainly Spanish shows.
Oh, okay, maybe I saw his face.
He would go to other bar a lot, and
yeah. Are we gonna have to like delete all this footage?
Nah.
Okay.
What is it?
You're like, he knows his mom's hot.
He knows. Yeah.
Let's have Mitch's mom, then we'll have Mitch on. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, we need her first, the queen.
That's what it was. Well, welcome to the 504 podcast.
Oh yeah, by the way, 504 Roo is here. Special guest Roo.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. Jenny's finally back after 40 months.
Woo! I was on a personal leave.
Yep. Paid leave. She went to Texas.
Damn.
That's it.
That's
yeah.
Okay. Did you do like comedy out there?
No, I just hung out with friends and we watched comedy, but it was just we were getting fucked up like every day, and
damn right.
It was fun. I fell off a scooter, busted my knee. It was like 3:00 in the morning. We were just going in all day long, so
hell yeah, living life.
Yeah.
You're well traveled, Roo. Is Chicago still your favorite city to travel to, or do you?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite city. I love Chicago. It's just the city that's the most accessible to me because I grew up there. So every time I visit, I could just like crash with my brother or my friends, or if I really need to, my parents. But
wait, your whole family's there?
Yeah, I grew up there.
What?
I came down to Orlando for my corporate job, and then I just never left.
Hold up. I did not know this.
Oh, okay. I talk about it all the time. It's like honestly exhausting.
Okay, well, we don't have to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it.
No, but yeah, I grew up there. And so like it's nice because I'm not part of the scene in Chicago, but I can like get there if I need to. So if there's something good or whatever, I'll go up and you know hang out, meet some friends that I haven't seen in a while, which is like also really cool to like visit a scene that you grew up in but you didn't like do comedy in, because like it'll be like high school friends that haven't seen you for like 10 years and they show up to a show and we're like, whoa, what? So cool. Yeah, you don't burn out your open mic like that over here. When you first start doing comedy, it's like you burn them out on your like open mic shows, but over there like you've developed here and you go up and you like meet up with your old friends and they're actually seeing like a good set from you.
Yeah. They're like, wow, you're amazing.
Yeah.
You're so good.
You don't know the struggle.
You're a pro.
You ever thought about going back out there for just like forever?
I've thought about it a couple of times. I
like
think I just need to get my shit together and plan. And also I'm like debating whether or not to go back up there or to, check out, like try to figure something out for New York or.
Yeah.
Do you want to go up north? Is that where you want to go?
I just think that for the stuff that I like doing,
like improv and stuff.
Yeah, like improv and more of the writing related stuff and just like the networking and resources involved over there. It would make sense to go up there. And like New York and Chicago is more my vibe than LA. Like I love California, but maybe not LA.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I've never been to LA. The next two cities on my list are Denver and LA.
Yeah. Are you gonna have like a car when you go out to LA or no?
I haven't planned on
you
it
need
yet,
one.
but I'm guessing I need one.
There's just not a lot of public transport, but I'll say that I haven't really done a lot in LA, but I go out to San Diego fairly, like more frequently than LA, and I'd say like driving out there might be worth it because it's less saturated, but also I just feel like people are a little bit more down to earth in San Diego because it's like real people living there rather than like everyone trying to like clout chase their way up to the top.
Okay, yeah. So the way you're making it seem, I probably won't like LA. That's why I didn't like about Austin. I didn't like the cloud chasing in Austin, where I'm just like, this is not me. This is not who I am as a person.
Yeah. You should check out San Francisco. I like San Francisco's scene a lot.
Okay. You been to Denver?
No, I have. Well, I've been to Denver, but that was like before I did comedy.
Recreationally.
Yeah, I went recreation. Oh my god! Listen, like that altitude really fucks with your tolerance for so many different things. Yeah,
for sure.
Tolerance, like what? What can't you tolerate after going to Denver?
So, like, do you
drugs?
Yeah,
like
drugs?
Like,
weed.
No, like when you are like literally, so Denver is high up in the sky, right? You're in a mountain,
Mile High City.
Yeah, exactly. But like when you are that high, like you can't drink as much as you're used to.
Facts.
Over here, so you get like real fucked up real fast. The same applies to marijuana. You get real fucked up real fast. So, and it's like legal there, so we just like splurge.
Is that why it's legal? It's like we can legalize it here because you do have less amounts if you didn't.
I think they're just a bunch of liberal fucks up there.
They're just really chill. Yeah. I enjoyed Denver when I went, and the drinking's fun. The downtown's super small. Like I walked around the whole thing. You know, it's a chill city. Like I made friends there. I was walking around by myself, made friends, like went to the aquarium with these 2 girls that I met from Vegas. Like, you know, I got invited to a Red Rocks concert when I was there, just like on the spot. Could have gone kidnapped, but that didn't happen.
No, but they're like nice up there.
They're like nice. It's like a weird night. Like they're genuinely like, hey, I have a ticket if you want to go to the Red Rocks concert with me. I'm like, sure, I'll go.
Yeah, they're like people go there to have a good time. You know, it's nice up there in Denver. But when I was there, like, so I went with a friend who's like really into that stuff. So then we like went even higher up in altitude in Vail, and I like we had all the like stuff that we bought in Denver and did them in Vail, and they were all trying to like hike, and I was like, I can't.
What other stuff are you saying? What other stuff are you saying? You saying
Jenny's a big partier, so she.
Well, I'm not that much of a partier.
Not like that.
You are a partier.
No. When I like really
in the moment.
I'm not really, honestly, I'm not really much of like I think the thing that I just do a lot of, and I've been kind of clean off of it for a bit, is weed.
Yeah.
So when I went up to Vail, I was like stuck. I couldn't move. But yeah, in terms of like other drugs, like sure, I'll like dabble a little here and there, but not like I'm not like a professional with it, you know. I don't know. I'll do a bump, not a line.
Yeah. You're like, you do it first, and then I'll.
Yeah, I want to make sure that I won't die. I think the Mac Miller fentanyl thing.
Bro,
really
yeah, no,
That's
hell
what
no.
stopped you from doing fentanyl. You were like,
what?
You're talking about coke. You're talking about fentanyl.
I'm so dumb. I'm sorry as fuck.
He's like, that's why you don't want to do fentanyl.
Well, I just
I'm
like
dumb.
that's
I
why.
still think it's cool.
Nah,
Well, that's
if
why
you had
I'm
never
like,
listened to Mac Miller, I would have done fentanyl. I'm sorry. That was a
well,
dumb
no,
conclusion.
I think that's why I don't want to do anything that comes in like a powdered substance. Like
Okay.
weed and shrooms, I like understand it as a
Yeah.
concept. It's like, okay, I get that this grows in nature, but like synthesized materials, I'm like, fuck, am I gonna die? Do I trust this person without a chemistry degree?
I don't trust that shit. But if you have it and you're already like, you know, picking in the bag, then, you know, like, sure, why not? I'll do like a little, you know, sure. Because then I feel like if you're doing it and you haven't died yet, then that means it's clear. Like, I'm good. You know?
People like test those things now. Like
they
on the
do.
spot.
They have to now.
Yeah.
I have a friend that's very into all that, and they like have like testing kits and all of that, and I'm just like, wow, you guys are legit.
Yeah, it's
That's
like anytime, like when
crazy.
you meet your like raver friends, they're all
I mean, but they're like into other
they're like
things.
professionals about it. Yeah,
Like, oh, ketamine and this and that and blah blah blah, and I'm like, I've never done any of that stuff. But yeah, no, I get I get the legal legal shit.
Yeah, Christian called cap on never done any of this.
Is that what it is? Is that
I don't know
what
why I was doing it. I was literally just touching my hat. But yeah, you are a drug addict. Everyone knows it, Jenny.
What? No,
Nah.
I'm not.
Would you ever do meth? Like even when you're like, people say like,
I
oh,
mean-
Wait, ask her about the one time she did meth.
was it an accident? I feel that happens.
I didn't
a
do
lot.
meth, so okay. It was the first time I ever went. Shut up!
okay, so
It
you
was the
didn't do
first
meth.
time I ever went to EDC, and I was with my ex-boyfriend, and we would experiment drugs together. So we experiment shrooms together, we experiment LSD together. So that was like our thing. And then for EDC, we're like, we'll experience Molly. So he would buy the drugs from the dark web, and we didn't test it out. It was like pure powder form. We didn't know how much we had to take. He was like trying to Google search how much we needed to take. So we're like, we have the scale and everything. We're trying to like measure this powdery shit, and we're putting it in separate baggies. So we're like, okay, we'll just like rip the bag, go into the porta potties, and like just take it, and then go on.
Yeah, you went out to the porta potties. That was dedication.
So yes, so we
people
snuck
are doing out in the open.
No, we were like, well, it was like our first time in
Yeah.
EDC. Like we were paranoid already because we're like, oh my god, what if we get caught with the drugs or whatever? So we go into the porta potty. All I remember, it tasted like gasoline. It was this nastiest taste ever. And I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, how long will it take? I'm thinking an hour till it kicks in. He's like, oh, like 15 minutes. And I'm like, oh, shit. So now the music's starting and everybody's running to the field, and all I see is just colors just moving, figures. People look like they're flying with all their like flags and shit. And I'm like, oh my God, I think it's kicking in. And then I'm like feeling dizzy, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel so good. And he's like,
that shit makes your like tummy hurt.
Oh, I felt so sick. I thought I was gonna throw up. So we go over to the corner of like the fence, and we just sit down, and I don't know what happened. I blacked out, and next thing you know, their crew, the EDC clinic crew, shows up. They're like, hey, are you okay? Do you know where you are? What's your name? Where do you live? How old are you? And then I'm like, I'm like conscious, but I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like it's like I woke up, right?
Yeah.
And they're asking me, and I'm like, Jennifer, like, and they're like, okay, come with me. So they put me on a golf cart, and I'm still kind of like waking up from this like thing. Like, I'm not sure what's going on. Anyways, so we go to the clinic, and I start having like major anxiety. Like my legs are like shaking, and I'm like, what's going on? I don't like this. And they're like, oh, you just have anxiety. That's okay. We're going to give you this nausea pill and this other pill, and you should be good, and you'll go back out. So we go back out, and sorry, the story's getting really long, but pretty much.
Everyone's like,
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Looking at shit. I'm sorry, Jenny. But yeah.
I know, I can read body language. Rude.
I was waiting for
Fuck
a
you.
punchline.
Fuck you.
Oh
Anyways.
shit. Were you
Anyways. That fucked me up. We ended up leaving. My boyfriend ended up like projectile vomit. Like it was so bad. I was like jittery the whole time. I couldn't sleep. It took me 5 days to recover.
damn.
So I thought I was like brain dead. Like I was like, I'm gonna be like this forever again. I couldn't even go pee by myself because I couldn't. So like he would have to walk with me to the bathroom and hold my hand and like, hold my hand while I peed, and I would like sit there for like 10 minutes till like I can finally go.
Jenny, I would rather die.
That's the biggest reason I don't do any drugs, because I'm so scared of like not being able to think. Like I enjoy thinking so much.
Yeah.
Even this morning.
I enjoy thinking.
Yeah, I like thinking of shit.
I like being alive and shit.
Yeah, I read this JetBlue, this like book on JetBlue, and like the owner of JetBlue was scared he had autism, but he never tested for it because he didn't want to take medication because he's like, I wouldn't be myself.
Do you need medication for autism?
No, I don't.
It's they give you
autism.
they give you like certain things to like, I don't know. He just
What?
felt like, because his younger brother had like a severe case of autism, or his younger brother was on medicine.
Maybe like OCD, like ADHD medication, or like
I don't know. He
Probably
just
anti-anxiety.
he just felt like he
anxiety,
wasn't gonna be
yeah.
himself. Yeah, and I feel like
Yeah.
the same thing. Like even this morning, I had like a high thought, even though I wasn't high. I was thinking like, what if when I got high, I changed as a person and I don't even know it because I'm high all the time.
Personality disorder.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
That's a real thing.
What's
Borderline
been
personality.
your worst like trip?
See, I haven't had a bad trip because I'm very like boring about like when I do indulge.
Mhm.
I like to just do it in like a safe place, like my home where my cat's around. So every time I've done shrooms, it's been a pretty good experience and very fun. Actually, the main reason I even got into comedy is because I had like my first ever shrooms trip, and I was like having like a monkey experience the entire time. I kept listen
What
like
does that mean? You had a monkey
the entire
experience?
time. I was like,
And you were like, I should go on stage and do this shit. Like
no.
you were like, ooh,
Yeah,
they're gonna
basically-
eat this shit
Basically,
up.
I was.
When you think you have a killer bit in your hand and then you go up.
yeah.
Go
That's
up.
literally what it is.
I see you doing that though. Like I see her doing this, dressing up as a monkey and everything.
She's
Oh
like,
shit, dude! Honestly, I'll write it. Why not?
Banana.
This is
Ooh.
inspiration,
Stage,
girl.
like,
Go
ooh,
for
ah.
it.
I am trying to like work on a thing where it's just all me dressing up as animals.
I love it.
Yeah,
As animals.
You're the best at like you're dressed up. I'm like I see you do this and I'm like, how the fuck does she come up with this shit? Like, and it's like I feel like it's so quick and it's like right on the spot and like I don't know, like
I honestly think it's, and I've told you this. I honestly think it's easier to write for a character than it is to write your own personal stand-up material because it's so like depersonalized from you, and then also like who gives a shit? You're being a fucking monkey on stage, like so you're able to I feel like get away with a lot more and just be like, oh. Like, I feel like when it's yourself, you care about a little bit how people perceive you. You don't want to be, like, seen as, like an actual idiot or not. But, like, when you're a monkey or a spider or whatever on stage.
or a bird of paradise.
Yeah, or a bird of paradise or your cat Felipe. Like, you've already committed to being a fucking buffoon
Yeah.
on stage. So it doesn't, like, I think it's just easier to just go into it without having any reservations.
I respect that.
Let me ask Christian a question because he was like always into being a stand-up. You ever thought about? Because she does improv. You ever thought about improv?
Thought about doing improv? Sort of. I've never taken it super seriously, but like I grew up watching like Will Ferrell and like Donald Glover, and I know they took improv, and that's how they became like comedy writers and stuff. But like, no, I've never been in like an improv. I'm in a candy store. Like I've never done that before. It would be fun, but I've never tried it.
You want to give him a improv little
A lesson.
A little
like,
lesson?
No, like a
or
little
like
like a
a-
little
Do a
trick
scene.
where you could do
Do
a
a scene
thing.
right now.
Oh.
Okay, like an improv, like riffing or something.
Yeah, like a little riff.
Yeah.
Teach him something real quick and then like have
Teach
him
me
have
improv.
him practice. it.
On the
right
spot.
now. All right.
What do you prefer, like a monologue or like an interaction type riff, or just we say something and you just go off the top of your head, or like
Yeah, you could just like say
character.
something and go off the top of your head. I think the ease, and we could do the thing that like you came to something that we were doing.
which I couldn't do, but yeah.
Well, so basically, it's a one-liner type
Uh-huh.
of game, and it starts with like "sex with me is like blank." So somebody will like throw out
A word.
a word. So let's say like give me a word.
cherries.
Sex with me is like cherries. It gets real juicy.
Ooh.
So
All right.
yeah, so that's an improv game that a lot of people
You
do.
got one liner?
Give me a word.
No, it's the same one. Use cherry.
Cherry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me another word. I don't like cherry.
Okay.
All right, paper bag.
Paper. Man, sex with me is like a paper bag. It's brown. It's dry, but it holds you together. All right.
Ooh.
Oh, that's sweet.
Hey.
You want to do one, Jen?
I like it.
Yeah, do one off a paper bag.
Paper bag.
You gotta
I
go
got
fast
you.
with it. You
I'll
gotta
do
go fast. You gotta go fast with this shit.
Look, they're not professionals.
Yeah, they're not
obviously.
professionals.
You go then, fucking
Yeah,
fast
yeah,
motherfucker.
go.
You wanted me to do paper bag, or you want me to do a different
Do
word?
paper bag.
Do paper bag. Sex with me is like paper bag. There's a lot of paper in it.
Oh, what?
Are you trying to say you're rich? Are you trying
Yeah, that's what I was trying to go for.
famous flex? I'm rich like a paper bag. Like,
Okay.
You gotta throw something out there.
want a new word?
Yeah, it's not all gonna be a hit.
Well, I'll use paper bag. Fine. I can't even talk. Sex with me is like a paper bag. It's crinkly, and I want to say dry, just because it's funny. But I can't say the same thing he said, right?
No,
No?
you can't. Well, you shouldn't, but
Shouldn't, but if it just keep
yeah,
going.
just do what's on the top of your head. It's about not thinking.
It's crinkly,
Sex with me
and
is
when
like
it's wet, it breaks.
sex with me is like a paper bag. I'm all for the groceries.
Oh, ooh.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Oh.
Jenna Aiko, eat the booty
Oh,
with the
you
groceries.
Eat the groceries.
Yeah.
That's slang for booty.
Come on, baby.
Alrighty.
You want to do one? You're gonna do another one, and then we'll go back to regular
We'll
topics.
go back to regular. Just
You wanna
Okay.
do a paper
We'll
bag
do one
first?
more. We'll do one more.
Sex with me is like a paper bag. Rags are crinkly afterwards. I don't know.
All right.
All right, guys, we tried. We tried.
tried.
That was our
All
improv.
right.
Yeah,
That was our
painful.
improv career.
Yeah.
Painful.
Why we're all shaking.
But no, you should take an improv class. I think it does help you with like stage presence.
Is there a free one? Because I looked it up one time. It's like $1 billion at like some place in Orlando.
You can do
Yeah,
Saks. There's Saks comedy.
Is Saks free though?
SAC isn't free.
No.
They'll do like one free class, but
They'll
if-
do Sundays or something. Like
yeah,
randomly.
I mean they have a scholarship if you're a minority though, so you could apply for that.
perfect.
Why you point at me?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
I mean, I applied for it.
All right.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I did.
I feel like you told me
Dude,
about it,
How
and
do
I
you
applied for
apply
it. I didn't
an
get it.
improv scholarship?
Improv. Well, I also did it at like the height of the pandemic, so maybe
Oh.
that helped. But improv is like such a like
Yeah.
white dominated thing. I
It's
think
true.
that like more minorities should really get into it because I'm tired of the bland
Did
stuff.
you go to a SAC show before you did the improv class?
No, I just kind of went into
Oh,
it.
just
So you
to
went into improv first, and then you got into stand up.
Stand up, yeah.
Okay. Did you ever do like acting or drama in school or anything outside of?
I am taking acting classes right
oh,
now.
okay, cool.
Yeah, and I think I am undiagnosed with autism because it is making. I didn't realize how hard making eye contact is for me until that class, and they like really dial in on that, and I'm like, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am
Why are you
I,
looking at me?
Yeah. Like,
You're like you're
I'm-
looking into
I'm
my soul and
Trying
it
to talk to you?
burns.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My mom thought I was autistic growing up, but too smart. No, I'm just kidding. They literally tested me. Anyway, I took the whole conversation away. I'm sorry.
No, I don't know where to go from here now. Thank you.
yeah, let's go into it.
No, I'm just
I always think I'm autistic sometimes. I'm like, I know there's something wrong with me and I don't know what it is. Like me and my friend, we go back and forth with these text messages. Like she's convinced that she has borderline personality disorder.
Oh my god, that's like an intense one.
I know, but she had trauma as a kid, right? So then she's like, I just feel like I split. Like she feels like she splits to a different person and stuff. So then now she's almost convincing me like I also have borderline personality disorder because I'm like, yeah, sometimes I want to go and rage and like I have this like
Isn't that just having emotions?
yes, it's
Like,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Isn't that just
I don't know. I feel like everyone's aware of mental illnesses, but it'll be just like scapegoated for everything. Like it's cool to
Okay, that makes
normalize autism and shit. But
I feel like as I get older, like the less room I have for like different emotions. Like I feel like as an adult, like as a kid, like when you
Mhm.
look at kids, they'll go through a spectrum of emotions in one day. Like they'll laugh, they'll cry, and then they'll get angry and they'll yell and then they'll come back to normal and then start crying again. Like as an adult, I feel like I have room for two emotions and then I have to go to sleep and then
I'm tired, man.
Yeah.
It's like tired and tired. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Like I'll get angry and then I'll maybe laugh and then I'll be like, all right, I can't cry today. I gotta go to sleep and save that for tomorrow.
Dude, that's so valid. That's so valid. I get so tired these days. I'm like out here with like heartburn and getting tired and just
Bruh.
like, oh,
You're-
what's next? Death.
You're 30. How old are you? You just turned.
I am going to be 30. I'm
You're-
29.
You're 29.
Yeah.
So like I just turned 30 in October and everyone's like, oh, 30, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure you're hearing it too because they're like, oh, just wait till you're 30. Like you're going to have back pain and this and that.
Yeah. I already have it.
Yeah,
It's,
like-
it's too late.
Mine started like 29 and then like up until I was like 30. Then the next day after my 30th birthday, I wake up and my back's killing me. And then a week later, I have heartburn for the first time. And I'm like, what is this pain? I'm like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Do you okay. Do you feel like bras give you heartburn? Because I feel like my bra gives me heartburn.
I don't know.
Yeah, Darwin, does your bras give you
Yeah,
heartburn?
does your
Free the
bra give
nipples.
you heartburn?
Nah, I believe in free nipples.
Free
the
nipples?
Yeah.
Charlie XCX shit.
See, I wish I could do that.
I just think the best feeling is after a long day is just taking off my bra.
Yeah.
And just being like,
I like to just fling it, see how far it goes.
it's amazing. Best feeling ever.
I think the best feeling is actually when you take off your bra and you touch your boobs and they're all soft.
That is.
Honestly,
You like doing that, Darwin? How do your titties feel?
One time I was wearing the what's it called in the gym to like help you sweat?
The thing?
Yeah, the thing.
The
So I had a full
the
body
waist
one.
trainer?
Yeah, but I
okay.
have a full body one.
You
you
wear
I
wear a
went to the
waist
gym.
trainer?
I had a full body one for like the gym to like for the sauna, and I took them off. I'm like, why do my titties feel like real titties? Because men titties don't feel like real titties because y'all are soft.
Wait, what
Wait,
do man titties
can
feel
we feel 'em?
like?
They feel strong.
I don't want
They're
to
like a
feel
man-
Darwin's titties.
Let's
I just
feel
want
'em.
Not right now.
He has
No.
strong titties. They're like a man's chest, but
Oh,
just like,
like-
You feel his titties.
I'm not gonna do all that.
We'll,
Yeah,
do, we'll
like-
do that eventually.
All right,
That's
I'll let
for
you guys know.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Shout out to OnlyFans.
Do you think they're stiff? Do you think they're squishy? Like, what's the mass
Yeah, wait.
of the
Can
titties?
we get like a? We need a firmness chart. You know.
You know how you do the steak one like this?
the snake
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, like if I think this is like if you touch this part with your pinky, that's like a rare steak. This is like a well done.
Oh.
What?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
And the
I've
closer
heard
you
about
get,
that.
this is like a well done steak.
That's how you measure your wellness. Yeah, the
yeah.
steak.
Oh, how well you want it?
Yeah.
Damn. I truly think that if we're cannibals, though, like this is a delicacy right here.
Oh, for
This-
sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is
that,
like a flat.
that's like
a
the
wing.
head
Yeah.
of the crawfish.
That or
Yeah.
the toes,
Yeah.
right, Darwin?
She's laughing at the crawfish joke, not the toe joke.
Oh, yeah,
you
you
don't
have-
get the toe joke.
You have a thing on crawfish. I did research. You have like
Oh
a,
yeah. I just
a
think crawfish
PowerPoint.
is fucking stupid. All right.
I don't eat seafood, but when people eat crawfish, it looks delicious.
Wait, I want to hear this. I want to hear the crawfish.
It's not even a joke. I had a whole PowerPoint
Oh.
presentation about how crawfish sucks, okay? Here's what it is, okay? It's this fucking big, and it takes way too much time and effort to get a piece of meat that's this big. It's like the size of your pinky.
Yeah.
And, like, the effort to food value is just not there for me. It doesn't exist for me. And then you have to suck the juice out. That is disgusting.
And dip it in butter.
All I hear is excuses for someone trying to make bugs into food. Okay.
It's disgusting.
All the
It is
wording of
bugs.
that worked for a man. It
Bugs.
might not work for a
what
woman.
bugs into food? I wouldn't.
No.
No, it's true.
You, never mind. Let me not do it. All right. So,
What's the deal with crawfish?
I had
Yeah.
it once, Joe's Crab Shack, and I decided to eat an edible before going. So when I ordered the big boiling pot of all the fucking shit, like the potatoes and the crawfish and all of that, I couldn't eat it because my mouth was so dry and I was starving and I had to work hard to open everything. I was like, this is dumb. I didn't eat it. I had
See,
to. I
no,
didn't.
this is propaganda because they want you to get to the juice. Okay, they want you to suck the head. That's
it looks. People make it look amazing.
Hey,
yeah.
when are we not? Am I right? Am I,
You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember the Proud Family episode where
Yes.
they eat the crawfish?
Did you watch Proud Family?
Like I don't remember a lot of it.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
You're-
but what? Like, tell
yeah.
me about it.
The
Like,
episode where they had the crawfish and it was just like a shit ton of crawfish and they just was like
It's just a mountain,
mountain
full. Yeah,
full of
that
it.
was the cartoon effect. Like they just like
they would go to this restaurant as a family and it's a black family,
yeah.
so they would go and that was like their outing was to go eat crawfish, and like the place where they would eat at, they would just dump like a dumpster truck of just
That's how it be.
a mountain
Yeah,
of
yeah,
and all the whole family's like
it was like a mountain, and it would just like fall over the floor, and the baby's just eating the lobster on the floor. So even though like baby's in it, so
Yeah.
it's,
whole family, the grandma
No,
takes
that's
her
fair
teeth
though.
out.
It's-
Yeah,
yeah.
the
Because
saggy
they do
teeth.
give it to you in like a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, they give it to you in a bag, and it's a lot. But I did go to Louisiana over the weekend.
Ooh.
I do have a newfound respect for it and a po' boy because they do all the work for you and deep fry it and then put it into a sandwich. And I think that is an acceptable way to eat crawfish.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Ooh.
Although it did give me heartburn because it was so spicy and
Oh,
fried,
shit.
and like I literally felt like there was like a rock in my stomach all
Oh.
day.
Damn.
Yeah, it was.
Did you poop it out?
Oh, listen, that toilet bowl is painted. Like,
Dang, that's what's up.
Yeah. We did a Roo poos in that shit.
Hey, that's like it. She's painting the toilet colors.
Yeah, it's disgusting. The color is brown. That's
Ooh.
what it is.
It's like red and green and all these different. Like,
She's like,
damn, Rootsy got magical shit in this toilet. All right.
You know how you guys were saying you're like you might have autism, might have bipolar personality disorder.
yeah.
I think my thing is like I'm always scared that I'm actually really stupid and no one tells me. Like people talk to me sometimes.
No,
People talk to me sometimes. Like I'll be doing like
You're
the most
so
simple.
smart, Darwin.
I'll be doing like the most simplest shit. Like I'll open the door and like, good job, Darwin. You really held that door open. I was like, what the fuck?
Are those your like
Aw.
words of affirmations? to
No,
yourself?
someone would just like tell me shit.
Oh.
I'm like, I did something like completely simple. It's like, good job, Darwin, picking
mean,
up that sweater.
I can see it. You know, you look like you could have Asperger's, but like, but like not really. Like you
Yeah.
you give like intense stares. You know, like I think it's just like
I learned that from my father,
Your
actually. The
look.
intense stares. My dad had like this perverted look about him.
You
and I
just
picked that up.
like. Have you ever seen
What?
someone?
Perverted. Your dad had
Perverted?
a perverted look, and you're like,
So you're.
that's the look.
I
That's the
mean,
look. You know how you pick up subconsciously? You pick up stuff
he
subconsciously.
did kiss you in the lips.
He kissed me in the lips, yeah.
This.
Like that was like a thing in your
Pause.
family, like your parents kissing you on your lips.
I think my mom made him kiss me in the lips because
Oh, no.
my dad
Your
wasn't
didn't, like,
my
show
dad
you
wasn't
love?
around that much. Like he would be around only on the weekends. So my mom's like,
Kiss your son.
Hey.
kiss your son in the lips. Like I feel like we got into like,
Right here. No.
yeah.
Wait, so did your mom kiss you on your lips?
Yeah, we stopped though. We stopped when I was like,
Yeah, we stopped
That
yesterday.
was so unconvincing.
We stopped yesterday.
we stopped when we were like,
Actually, last night.
like when I was 11. I think I stopped kissing my mom when I was 11. And I kissed my dad in the lips only one time. But I
Yeah.
think a lot of things that happened in my family
Wait,
is
was it after 11 or before?
before 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
like on his 11th birthday.
I think a lot of things happen. I think this is why like I'm sometimes cynical of women because a lot of the things that happen in my family is my mom like master planning it and trying to like get things to work. Like I would take a long time, and this is one of my bits now, but I'm not gonna run like a bit. When I was like a kid, I would just take a long time in the shower, but I was like just in there trying to be Harry Potter. Like I would just be putting shampoos and like
Make
conditioners together
potions.
on a bowl and just mixing it, trying to like make potions and shit. And my mom wouldn't know what I was doing in there, so she was like, "You gotta take a shower, your son." And
Oh,
and I took a
man.
shower with my father one time.
Stop this.
How old
and
are
he's
you?
like telling me like, hey, this is how you like wash yourself correctly, and you should only take 10 minutes max. Because I used to take hours. And
Sometimes I just like take hours in the shower because
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like, fuck,
peace
I-
and quiet.
just-
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like I pay my own water bill.
it's
Like,
a
I'm gonna take
moment.
a
It's a
shower.
moment of solidarity. Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the only time
Yeah.
alone, and it's my therapy.
Or maybe my
place.
dad
Yeah.
was mad about the water bill, and that was his thing. Because
That
my
part.
dad did one thing too that kind of make me believe the other. Because one time I was like eating at night with like the lights on, and he's like, "You don't need the lights to eat."
What?
He was like mad about the light bill or some shit, and
Do
then
you
he
think-
tried to eat with the lights off, and he was so mad.
Yeah.
Do you
He's,
think
like,
that made
smelling his
matters
food.
worse?
What?
That you didn't know how much you were eating because it was dark, so you were just like excessively eating?
No, I don't know why I
No.
overate.
You know they people pay for that experience
To eat in the
now.
dark?
Yeah, to eat in the
Oh
dark.
yeah, that's like a fun thing. Let's go out and eat in the
Yeah.
dark.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like we could turn the lights off here, but
You know
I-
where you could go? A third world country
Yeah.
where, like,
Yeah, let's
where
go
the
to-
lights stop working.
I heard this place, the bathroom, they have no running water too. Like,
You guys didn't kiss your parents in the lips?
No,
no.
my family is very like reserved about just
They're like,
affection.
pause, bro.
Yeah, they're like, can you just hang out on your own
Yeah.
over there?
That's the funny thing. My dad didn't give me hugs, but he kissed me. He put one on me one time.
Put one on you
Yeah.
one time.
No.
I think our relationship too
Such
was
a
kind of.
player, your
I
dad.
think I was a heavy kid, so he didn't carry me like out. You know how your parents would like carry you out there?
He'd be like,
Yeah,
Wait,
like
so
that.
when you fell asleep in the car, they're like, good luck.
I wake up the next morning in the car like, damn, nobody.
Yeah, my niece would pretend to go to sleep. I'm over here jealous and shit. Like, damn, I wish I could get picked up.
Yeah,
no, they're like, Chancho, get your ass up. Lock yourself
exactly.
up over.
Chanchito, yeah.
Chanchito.
My sister would call me that.
Chancho.
That means pig in Spanish. Chanchito.
Oh, okay.
Chancho. Get your
Is
ass
there
up.
more than one word for pig in Spanish?
Puerco, chancho,
Lechon.
lechon,
Okay.
something. I don't know.
Because I feel like I learned like puerco or
Chanchito
something.
means puerco means pig. It means chanchito means piggy. It means cute little pig.
It's like a cute pig,
Oh.
like a
Yeah.
piglet. you
Okay,
know?
little
Chancho.
My
Sure.
sister will call me that. Yeah. My niece is like the darkest in our family. Guys want to guess what her nickname is?
Negra,
Yeah,
Negrita.
Something
Which-
dark.
Say black.
Okay, I was like chocolate.
Negrita,
No. It's way more racist.
Preguita,
Monita.
monita, mono. Oh my God.
What is that?
Monkey.
The N-word or
Monkey.
something?
Like-
Oh.
my niece's
My-
my niece's nickname
Like that
was.
could be cute if it wasn't about her skin color.
No, it wasn't her skin color. It's just she looked like a little.
It's 'cause she looked like a
cute
monkey.
Like cute little monkey.
Yeah,
But like now in
monkey.
society, it was 'cause she was like a
Yeah.
cute little monkey. But now in society, it's like, oh, that's messed up. The darkest person in your family is called monkey.
Mine was
Yeah.
muñeca, but my family would cut it in half, so they would just call me ñeca for short.
No, that's,
So,
that's
like,
not what it was. You were
ñe-
backwards. Dog.
No,
That's what it was.
it was ñeca. So they would just be like, ñeca, come here, ñeca. But like other people would be like, what did she call you? Like, what did they
Yeah.
say? Like, what? And I'm like, no, ñeca. And they're like, oh, it sounds like nina. And I'm like, no, it's not that word. It's ñeca. And I was like, after a period of time, I was called that till I was like 12 or 13.
What do your parents call you, Roo?
Daughter. I'm sorry.
What?
Daughter.
Yeah.
My daughter is my name Roo. There will be no all right.
They used to call. My brother used to call me Rooster.
That's fine.
Yeah, I hated it though because I was like, I'm not a rooster. I'm a human being.
It's like the elephant man. It's like
Yeah. Well, also I was like, a rooster's a boy chicken, and I want to be a girl chicken.
Yeah.
I think my mom used to call me like Roosie or a Roosie. But nothing like.
No.
Nothing like cute, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the common Indian like trauma?
All of it. What are you talking about?
You give me one. Like, what's like the most common one that like they talk about on stage? It's like, this is like specifically if you grow up in a Indian household, this is what your trauma is.
I feel like the biggest thing that I feel like all Indian kids go through is just like your parents like crazy expectations of you. So the reason why you don't see a lot of Indian people on stage is because you're not really allowed to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you know, it's
Wait,
just
what?
Yeah, fun. You're just there's not a lot of value placed in like fun celebratory things.
Definitely.
And so like that's why you see a lot of them going into like being like a doctor or a lawyer and stuff, because there's
All
just
of
like
them.
yeah,
All of them.
yeah, there's like no space.
IT, engineering,
and like IT is like
doctor,
the fallback, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, you're gonna get into medical school.
You
better
almost
get
made
your
it.
certifications.
Yeah.
So like, I think a lot of the traumas that come with just like like rigorous discipline is it kind of goes into that. So yeah, getting hit as a kid, getting spanked.
You guys are like Chinese and Japanese in that way. It's like, you got to B, you're a failure.
Yeah. My parents were less on the grades, but a lot of it was like, yeah, you better get your shit together because we're not rich enough to pay for your schooling. So
Yeah.
Okay.
which was like, that got real. That got real up in here. But
Yeah.
I think that's like that's a pretty common trauma, especially like the generation of Indians that I came from. I think like the generation now, their parents are like they like they're a more educated group of people coming in, and like India had when I was growing up, India hadn't had like the internet yet, and like with the internet age, like India's economy has like boomed. So
sure.
while my parents were being like taxi drivers and like in-home care, like a lot of kids now, their parents are like in consulting, have like corporate jobs and stuff. So it's like a different experience, I think, now.
Indian kids are having fun now. They get to play.
Yeah, they get to
Fortnite.
rap.
Yeah.
Well, you know how many Indian rappers there are now?
That's true.
Actually, I didn't get exposed to like this comedy lifestyle until I dated a white woman. She like opened my horizon. She was like, I could have fun for life.
Yeah.
Like, I could do something that I want to do. I don't have to like do something to like afford my parents' retirement home.
Yeah, I think I always wanted to do comedy. Like, even when I lived up in Chicago, it wasn't until I like moved out of the house and like came here that I was like, oh, I have space to like just invest in myself and do things that I want to do for myself.
That's cool.
So
Nice. I like that. I feel that 100%.
When do you guys take showers by yourself? Because my father took a shower.
You
with
know,
me.
I think, I do think I was supervised for a little bit longer than I should have, but I think I was.
How long is a little too long?
Well, I think I did start taking a shower. I definitely started taking showers by myself at 10, like for sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't remember before that my life at all, though, so I don't really.
You can't remember before 10, like your life starts at 10. At 10 years old.
Yeah, I feel like my memory has gone to shit. I used
Yeah.
to like know like since like 4, you know. But
Yeah.
and I feel like I used to have like a little bit of a photographic memory, and now it's like I can't remember.
It's
shit.
gone.
Yeah,
It's gone.
it doesn't exist. But yeah, definitely by 10 I think by 8 definitely taking a shower by myself. Maybe like 7 possibly. I don't know.
What was the procedure before you took a shower by yourself?
We were in the bathtub,
Soap,
Bathtub?
shampoo, like
With who?
Huh? I was in the bathtub, and I think my mom had the soap, the scrubby dubby.
Oh, so she would wash you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was just you though, just you in the
Oh,
bathtub.
okay.
Yeah. Well, if it was when we were like really young, it was like me and my brother.
Yeah, I remember having a group bath one time.
yeah.
What?
No.
Weird. Can we establish that you had like a weird childhood?
I don't think it was weird.
Hold on,
This
in
is just
defense of
Wait,
Darwin.
hold on. Group shower like mom, dad, and
no,
you?
no, no,
You
no,
mean
no.
like a bunch of
like a
siblings,
bunch of
cousins?
kids, just a bunch of
Yeah.
kids. Like
Okay.
we had a group bath as kids.
I had a group bath with my best friend growing up, but we were like 3 years old and we were best friends growing up, and we were
Best friend at
girls.
3 years old.
At 3, yeah, we were
You're
friends.
Like, you
since
like eating boogers too? Like,
so no, we did not eat boogers, but since we were little, we were
Yeah,
3.
girls get into witchcraft really early.
Up
They're
until-
like, you like putting your hair in.
But like, I was showering with my friend since like 10 or like no, that's too much.
Yeah,
Like
10
not
feels like a lot.
Sounds
eight or
very-
9 for sure, right?
I don't
Because we were young, but like in our heads, it was normal because she was like my sister, so we like grew up together in a way.
Is she like a neighbor or some shit?
No, we were just like best
You're like, how do you have
friends. Like
friends?
This is what I mean by we had a group. We had a group.
our parents, like she had a little brother, and then I kind of grew up as like an only child because my brothers were a lot older than me, so she was my age. We always hung out. Like she was like, I always stepped over her house. She would come over mine. Like her parents would watch me when my parents, were busy and stuff. So we had that relationship. Like her mom would literally be like, "You're like my daughter." It was like that relationship.
Okay.
I think group baths got weird with kitty diddling.
That's
You know?
weird.
That might have been it, yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
people aren't like so inclined to having kids nowadays. Like back then, everyone in the neighborhood had a kid. Everyone was like sort of a
Yeah.
young mom.
I think it was like a lot more of a community practice to raise a child back then,
Yeah,
and also we're all trying to like conserve water back then,
Yeah. And
I
also,
mean,
germs weren't like a big of a thing. Like you didn't really care about.
It
stuff
wasn't
that.
like it was like a weird thing, but it wasn't like, oh my god. Like I remember one time. Well, I actually said this one time at Bull and Bush. I had this memory of taking a shower with my mom,
mhm.
and I was
Yes, I'm
I
not alone.
I was
Here we
no,
go.
I was
Finally,
I was little. I was like 4 or
Yeah.
5, and I remember we
You sure
would,
you weren't 10 like Darwin?
No, I
no,
was
I
5'6".
was
I was
young.
5'6".
I was young because I was in Sunday school, and they had us draw pictures of our family, and
10
I
was the kiss.
and I decided to draw a picture of my mom in the shower naked. So like this is like a scribble drawing with like crayons, and like I drew like me, and then I drew my mom, and I drew the shower, but I drew my mom like titties and then a bush.
You
In
still got-
Sunday school's
you
wild.
still got that
In
picture?
Sunday school, granted, the church that my parents go to, so like when my mom came to pick me up, they
The
were
pastor
like,
kept that.
they were
I haven't seen tits since I was 16.
literally like they were like, I remember this very vividly because my mom was so embarrassed, and I just remember them like the teachers being like, oh, like she drew this picture, we don't really know what it is, and my mom was like, oh my god, you're gonna get it when we get home, and like that was it. That's all I remember. I'm like, what? It's just innocent. Like I just drew a picture of us. Like that's what we do. I didn't know it's bad. How do I know it's bad?
Yeah, well, kids just don't know. Yeah, like
You should have
they
told her
got no
mom.
filter.
You should have told her mom when you need to cool off. Let's go take a shower.
Yeah.
That 70s bush though.
Yeah.
Rah. It's crazy. But my friend shower thing.
Mhm.
So picking up, we had like a falling out when we were teenagers, and then we rekindled back when we
You
were
wanna
7.
shower with me no more? See how it is.
On the low key though, I think she kind of whatever, but she was
She was a cool gal.
there was a certain part of my childhood when I would sleep over that randomly I would wake up to her like on my back, like dry humping me, and I woke up in the middle of the night to her going like on me, and I'm like, what are you doing? And I like pushed her off, and all I heard was boom, boom, boom.
They don't talk about that enough. They don't talk about how girls are perverts too.
Girls are perverts.
She molested me.
Women
Anyways,
are pervert.
I mean, sure, that's fucked up.
See, yeah, I mean that's why you shouldn't be taking group
Baths.
baths. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we don't do that anymore.
I
Damn.
have no control of this. This wasn't my planning. I'm
She's
a
like,
kid.
I already took a
I don't
bath
know.
with you, whore. Like, We were asking for
She's
it.
like, take your clothes off now. Oh my God, going back to the shower thing.
Jesus.
I see the way you put soap on.
Yeah.
This is too much. This is too much.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is some therapy.
So when we were
Yeah, except we're roasting each other.
therapy,
It's like, I'm not licensed, guys.
Yeah.
this is major therapy.
This is the I don't believe in therapy.
No,
to be honest with you.
honestly, I think it did kind of trigger me a little bit. But when we were teenagers and we were kindled, she used to go to these house parties. But she used to get jealous if like people would want to be my friend because I was, cool, and like I would just make friends with people that I just met. So like she would cock block. Like if a guy was talking to me, she'd be like, "Oh, remember the one time when we were little, we took showers together, and then we had to pee really."
Not the blackmail.
No, bro. I'm like this,
He's-
like no,
he-
not the shower story, not the shower
He's
story.
trying to. She's trying to say I've been and hit that.
Yeah, she's
I've been
making her claim.
I already
Darwin.
did that. I hit it first. That's what she's trying to say.
Darwin, the story is embarrassing. She was like, "Yeah, when we were little, one time we had to pee and we were taking a shower. So she stood on one corner of the shower of the tub, and I was standing on the other shower of the tub, and we decided to both pee in the shower at the same time, and then her pee hit my leg from the other side of the tub, and I got sick from it. Like I was like, ugh, and I threw up inside of the tub.
What?
You got
is
sick because you
this?
peed on her.
Because she got her warm piss on my leg, and
Oh, so
I
you
like
threw up
I
'cause she
touched
got-
it, like it
okay.
touched me. So like I was like ill, and then I vomited.
Let's lighten it up.
Was that
let's
the-
lighten
Yeah,
it up.
I don't know. Was that
We'll
the?
stop with the trauma. You no showers with anybody?
Sure, man. I mean, yeah, I was a kid. I would sometimes shower with my mom and dad.
Your mom and dad.
Not at the same time.
I get judged.
I did
I
not.
get judged
Not
about
both
this.
of them.
I
Not
get
both
judged
of
about
them.
He
this
was
every
like,
time I hit
"Nah,
a stage.
I took a shower by myself since I was a newborn."
No, I get on stage and I say this stuff, and I ask, I'm like, when do you start taking showers by yourself? And everyone's like 5. I was like, they just
just
trust
lie?
you. Yeah, they just trust you. They're like, yeah, my mom didn't. I'm like, so you're saying you weren't supervised? They literally like. white
Maybe it's
people-
just white people.
white people
They're
don't
like,
believe in this shit.
drown, please,
They're
do us a
saying they didn't-
favor.
They actually probably didn't kiss their like parents at all, but
No,
I
I've
don't know. I
seen.
feel like white people love kissing.
They
their-
like doing
Yeah,
that weird
like
shit.
Tom
kissing
Brady
their
still
kids.
kisses his
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah, that's like white weird people shit. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, come here, give me a kiss. Hi,
their
mommy.
parents. Oh
No.
but every
If
time.
you're, I
White
have a
parents.
theory. If you're a white person that likes to kiss their dogs on the lips, you're also a white
Yeah.
person that kisses
That's
their
the
mom
that's
on
the
the
weird.
lips.
No, they don't kiss. Every white person
You kiss
kisses
your mommy with
dogs.
that mouth.
Every white person kisses their dog, but doesn't kiss their parents. That's why That's
Yeah.
why they don't. That's why there's no family love.
No, you haven't met like white people with like families.
I met
you know?
I met white. This is the weirdest thing. Dang, I don't want to put them on blast. All right, but I've been like at this. I've been at this thing where like I saw this like 21-year-old white woman sit on her father's lap.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
My
not.
mom used to get mad at me when I would sit on my brother's lap, and I remember I was just like 10 or 11,
Yeah.
and she'd be like, get off his lap right now. And I'm like, what's the problem? You don't go on any boy's lap. I'm like, he's my brother. And then she's like, no, you don't go on any man's lap. You don't go on any things that whenever I would sleep over a friend's
That's
house,
why
she'd
you're
be like,
Americanized.
she wouldn't let me sleep over at a friend's house if they had brothers. And then if they had their dad and their dad was there, she'd be like, make sure you don't go alone to the bathroom. Make sure that he doesn't touch you or anything like that or look at you in any type of way. When you go, you're not walking around in shorts or whatever. Like, don't have your ass hanging out or anything like that. Like, I'm like, Mom, you prevented me from people's dads, but you didn't prevent me from my friend. Like, you know what I mean?
Kind of
Sure.
a little bit.
No.
Were you
Sure.
like told like were you restricted from like wearing
Were your
stuff?
parents looking out for you not getting molested and shit?
uh,
'Cause that's all-
yeah. I think that's like literally what that
That's
is.
some girl shit. Like I don't
Yeah.
get. My mom's like, don't walk around with that ass out, Christian. Like you'll
Yeah.
get touched. But
Well, I also grew up in a Muslim family, so
Modesty and all
yeah,
that,
modesty was a thing. Like just like when you're going out, just I wasn't allowed to wear shorts growing
Same.
up. And that, like even when I'm at home, I grew up with my brother. Me and my brother are really close in age, so I'm like, fuck, who gives a shit? But like yeah, like just having like covering up a decent amount in front of men. But like even then, it's like even in front of other women, I don't really want my tits just hanging out. like that one titty out, type of thing.
Yeah. No.
So you don't like you don't feel like comfortable in like the women's locker room, just like letting it all out.
Well, now I'm an adult and I know how to like carry my own and stuff. And so like and I went to high school in America, so being in the women's locker room isn't like a big deal. I just like change my clothes, get in there. I can't say that I enjoy it when people get fully naked in the locker room. Not my favorite thing.
Yeah, I don't enjoy when other people do it, but when I'm doing it, I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I went to Planet Fitness one time. I had to take a shower, and I didn't have my glasses on because I was showering or whatever. And I walked down, it was all blurry, but I could see like there was a white naked person.
Yeah, all these older people love being naked.
I could see a white naked blur and like a black blur at his like dick side. And I was like,
Oh no.
damn, shave boy.
Oh, I hate the sauna for that reason. Like I love the sauna, but it's always old white women that like they're like, this is my sauna. I'm just gonna strip in here naked. I'm gonna sweat, my vagina sweat in here, and I'm also gonna do crunches at the same time and do some like leg exercise while I'm like butt ass naked. And then they're making like moaning sounds like, and I'm just like in the corner of the sauna like. Okay.
That is a weird thing too. I feel like guys shouldn't make noise in the bathroom.
Shouldn't make noise.
Yeah, that
even when it's like a straining one. Yeah,
I don't like when guys.
One, like,
I don't like when guys make noise in the bathroom. It's like, damn it, I'm in here trying to shower in peace. I'm not trying to hear you.
Oh my god, I went to a gas station and had to use the bathroom, and for some reason, gas stations are like the dirtiest shit ever. But like men would go in and they just take like fat shits, be like, oh fucking yeah. Oh my god!
Yeah, guys make a lot of noise.
You gotta show the toilet who's boss,
yeah,
okay?
Like, it was really like I remember, and I was there with my cousin. He was waiting for me, and then some grown man like took a piss and was like, "Oh yeah."
That's what I'm talking about.
And then he like talked to me. He's like, "Oh, this is like," cause it was like, he was like, "Yeah, bro." Like he was so.
Yeah, I guess when you guys do like pee, you're standing up next to it. It's like a
I'm by
companion
myself,
thing.
We're elbow to elbow. We're elbow to
Is that
elbow.
awkward though? Like
No, the
I mean,
only
a
weird
little
thing.
bit.
No,
the
man,
only-
they make business deals in urinals.
Yeah, the only weird
Yeah.
thing is when they my principal actually.
oh no.
Oh god.
Not next to your
When I was
principal.
in middle
Hey,
school,
Darwin.
I went to go pee, and he
Yeah.
just peed right next to me. Like the
Were there other stalls?
courtesy rule is leave one stall.
Was there
Did not leave one stall. Elbow to elbow with me, and he was like, "How's your day going?"
Oh no.
I always wondered that with men too. Like, so as a kid, you had to go to the bathroom by yourself, the urinal.
Yeah.
Did your parents ever warn you about like weirdos in the bathroom? Like,
I mean, yeah.
My mom kind of set me up for it. She would send me to school with sweats, so the print was all out.
shut up.
I mean,
Whatever.
I mean, I was aware of stranger danger. Like, eventually they stopped like taking me to the bathroom or whatever. But like,
Did you ever have a guy like look or like
Get
have
my
a
ass.
peek?
no.
No?
I used to.
You
I used to.
you
I,
were a
yeah.
peeper?
Yeah, I was. I remember.
God, we were gonna ever get
I
here.
remember being in like I remember being like 10 years old, and I was like, people talk about this peeping shit, but like, can you actually see some shit? So I remember I was talking to a dude. We were dead ass like having a conversation in like 5th grade, talking about some shit, and I kept like trying to see if I could see it. And he noticed it. He's like, "Bro, you looking at my shoes?" And I was like, yeah, bro. Nice DC dunks, bro."
His voice crack that took him all the way back.
Yeah, the guy gave you an out. He knew you were looking at his dick.
Yeah.
Like,
Dunks. DC.
In my defense, I didn't see his dick though, so I was like,
How
It didn't
bad? How
work.
bad can this get?
"How bad can this get?"
Yeah.
If I saw his dick, that would have been the worst thing. I would have been a.
No, I'm
Bro, you
talking
spit
about
on
like
dick.
our conversation. All right, one time
Uh-oh.
when I discovered masturbating.
oh no! In
go.
the urinal.
When I just no, not a urinal. I discovered. It
Have
was,
you ever masturbated in a urinal?
I've never
In
masturbated
a
in public.
urinal.
I don't know. You like?
That's crazy.
No.
That's
People, no,
fun.
people have. People have.
I'm sure
I've heard
they
stories.
have, but like,
I
I've
know
heard
people
stories.
shit in the urinal
No,
too.
yeah.
But I think one time, like, it was like 13 times in one day, and
Oh shit.
and my dick was swollen.
His 13th reason.
The next day, like, I went to school and I'm just like showing it off. I'm like, look how big it is. All right.
Wait, what do
that's
you
how
mean
I
showing
crossed
it
line.
off? You
Showed
were
your-
showing your dick
Like
off?
I was peeing and I was
Oh.
peeing far away from it so people could see it.
So, like you
Yeah.
were purposely like, okay. So,
Yeah.
like, okay, I have another thing because I saw this recently on TikTok how these guys, they would try to do
Sorry,
like the
Roo.
long distance.
Rue's a clean comic. We're over here like
Oh.
just.
I'm not okay. You know, people
Oh.
think I do clean comedy, and I do that, but but it's not. I'm not like squeaky clean. Honestly, sometimes when it's just like a clean show, I like struggle because I'm like, how clean are we talking? Like Jesus clean or like? Yeah.
Do you
I don't
guys
know.
in the women's stalls? Do you guys have like a gap? to like
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
eye
there's like
contact?
a little gap.
Okay.
Yeah.
What gap? What do you mean?
When
Like-
you're in the like stall, you just looking, you make eye contact with the person.
No,
Like
you
through the
can't
door, you
really
mean?
like
Yeah.
the door. Like it's like being in a toilet stall.
Yeah, when you're in a toy store, there's always a gap, and you like
Like,
look.
you can always kind of peep.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I got scared the other day at work because I opened up. I like to go in the handicap bathroom. Like that's my bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And the door was open, so when I pushed it open, it was like a little girl on the toilet, like peeing.
No.
And like I felt like, is this child porn? I felt like, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna like get yelled at by her mom or something. But like I just saw this girl on the toilet. I'm like, I'm sorry, and I like pulled away, and I'm like, ah. And her mom's right there. She's like, oh, sorry, I forgot to close it. I'm like, woman, be in there with your fucking
What's
daughter.
your kid?
Like you're just letting a random person just walking on your daughter.
Do you remember the question you were gonna ask?
What question? About the peeing thing?
Yeah.
Oh, have you ever done like the long distant peeing?
Yeah, that's
where you
fun.
like see how far you pee from the urinal
Yeah. How far you can
if
get
you can
away.
make it.
Yeah. You try to get far away. You like.
But like
walk
you would
further
have
and
to
further.
show it off that way too, right?
Yeah.
So you guys have no shame in just like whipping your dicks out to each other.
There's
That's definitely a
there's a
not
rule.
cool thing.
Yeah.
to whip your dick out.
There's
but
a rule.
Yeah, there's a rule. You can't like
There's a
really.
rule.
Please enlighten me. We
It's
would
a-
love
it's-
to know.
This is an unspoken
What's the rule?
It's an unspoken rule. You're not supposed to like really whip it out. Usually people that whip it out are like drunk and laughing about it, like, oh, look at this. Like, I don't think it's funny.
That is okay. To speak on that though.
You see?
Yeah, I feel
No,
like it's not
you
what
didn't
you
know
guys
about it.
No,
do,
I
like-
think if I get what you're talking about is like whipping your dick out is not cool, but some dudes like to whip their dick out.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
funny, and that's not cool to me. But
Do you
like,
think they're gay?
but like machismo dudes, like if like my brother was like a basketball dude and he had like basketball friends, and they were constantly like, "Oh, you looked at my dick, bro." I'm like, "Why are you whipping your dick out?" Like they would do that shit.
I feel like that's like a jock thing though,
That's what
right?
yeah, I feel like it's
Like-
a man like
Like a locker room
let me whip
type,
my dick out.
like how you guys slap each other in the ass.
Yeah,
Like,
haha, you're gay. Look at my dick. Like,
yeah.
it's weird. Is
It's
that
like,
what
hey,
you-
look here, and it's like, just balls.
You guys nipple out or do something
No.
similar?
No, I mean, I've seen a nip or two, but
What's
that's,
what's weird? What's weird in women culture that you guys are like? What's something a woman would do would make you feel comfortable?
sexual assault. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, y'all
I
do
had-
sexual assault each other.
I had a girl when I was younger. We were at the skating rink, and I was invited by her and her parents to go roller skating. And her name was Rachel. Not that Rachel would ever watch this, but I was probably like 11, and she like randomly just like grabbed my tits in the roller skating rink, the Cimarron one, and I like flipped out. I was like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, why are you grabbing my
I'm like,
tits?
"Why are you grabbing my boobs? Like, what's wrong?"
Did you
And
have like, were you like good friends with her though? Or?
not really. Like she
Yeah,
was
that's weird.
like,
Was
I
it-
always got like weird vibes from her. Like I didn't really like her, but like her parents invited me to go roller skating, so I was like, sure, I'll go.
You're always making your friends gay, Jenny.
They are. It's not. It's just it happened to me. Okay, these
Do
are.
you have a lot of
things.
those experience, like lesbian experience?
Let's be honest.
No, I mean, I feel like when there's a little honk or something, it's just we have established that we're past that point, right? And it's like a friendly thing, you know, a little friendly tap on the ass type of thing. That's like
so all your friends just
not all of them. It's like a very specific tier of friend.
There's certain
Darwin.
friends that do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but it's like we've established like a different kind of relationship. But
So
just like anybody, no, that's
so
weird.
that's your friend. They go second base. They could like slap the ass, little titty work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Where
like
to
in the
stop?
locker
Little
room when you're
rubby
slapping
rub.
towels on each other. You know, like
Or
it's
it's like-
nothing.
You don't do that.
Or it's like I see girls, they like pretend to be gay for each other. They're like, "Oh my god, girl, you're so hot." Or,
Actually,
like,
Yeah, like I
forgot had
don't go
this
that
theory.
far.
Women get a little drunk and then make out with their friends.
Mm.
Make out with girls.
It's happened.
it's not. it's
You
not
want to admit to
impossible.
it, or
I mean, like I just don't be getting drunk like that,
okay,
darling. Like,
okay.
She
Don't
does
wanna
it
admit to
sober.
Yeah. Yeah, I commit to that shit.
You miss any friends?
Yeah, Darwin.
the
I'm a
in
very
memoriam-
sensitive person.
Where are you on the
This is
spectrum?
the in memoriam part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Pour one out.
We're closing out. We're trying to end
All
on
our
a
dead
positive
friends.
note. Yeah.
Oh,
not to
positive
deplete.
note?
I love my friends. I miss my friends. I love them. And shout out friends.
And we kiss them.
Your podcast. How did that come about?
It was more. Amy was like, "Hey, we need to make easy content, but also, we don't want to put a lot of effort into it," and that's how it came about.
I like your
Nice.
formula. They have a formula where they only do 2 topics. they each have one, and then they just talk about 2 topics, and then as soon as it's done, it's done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice. It's it's called Pillow Fort with Roo and Amy. If anyone's looking for something light on a Monday, but yeah, basically I have a topic. Amy has a topic. We don't tell each other what the topic is until we get there on the pod, and we just kind of give each other like half an hour, and that's it. That's our
fun.
hour podcast.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
yeah, it's nice. It's cute.
She's a therapist. Do you ever feel like you're like getting free therapy?
Yeah, but then when you think about it, it's like, isn't that just what friends are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who Dorit is?
Who?
Dorit. She's a comedian. She's a female comedian.
Oh yeah.
She's also a therapist, and like she's like super wise. But I feel like I can't talk to her. I was like, I don't want to feel like I'm jipping
She's
you.
like psychoanalyzing you.
Yeah,
Just like,
no, I don't care about her second. I
Just
just don't
be
want to feel like she's
friends,
jipping.
Darwin.
Yeah. I feel like it's weird. I feel
she's
like
like, yeah,
I don't want her to tell me about myself.
yeah, I don't want her to send me a bill.
Yeah,
I get a bill in the mail.
After every interaction, she sends you like a
Yeah.
Venmo request.
Yeah. That's what I want to happen.
Yeah, don't give Amy any ideas if she sees this and she sends me a Venmo request. I'll
Like
be annoyed.
I did help you out a lot through a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You are in a better place because of me.
Well, she does do that. She does do that show where you do your stand-up set and then she diagnoses you based off of your set.
Really?
Yeah, she
That's
does.
fucking
It's-
hilarious.
When is this?
It's not like a regular thing. She does it like every once in a while and it travels around. So the next one she's doing is the week of January 6th. So whatever that weekend is for Fringe. And so she's going to be diagnosing a couple of comics up there. So check that out. It's really cool. It does get real. So like I know that like one thing she struggles with is like getting video footage from that show because comics will feel like they're being read
or
very
exposed.
well.
Yeah.
And so sometimes they're not.
They get
Yeah.
butthurt. It's like you're a
Yeah.
fucking comic. Like that's your job.
Yeah, like for me, I'm like an open book. I don't really care. And like, yeah, she did diagnose me, but I kind of like play off of that and I'm going into it. But like some comics, they really do get like fully diagnosed and feel some type of way about it. So I don't know. I think it's a fun concept though.
I love
That's
that.
nice.
What was your diagnosis?
Attachment disorder.
Yeah.
Histrionic disorder, which is basically just being dramatic.
Aw.
But
I feel like that's part of your humor though.
But that's your
Yeah, yeah.
personality.
Being very dramatic, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
That's
Well, yeah,
what makes you you.
I mean, she's diagnosing me based off of my stand-up.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it's super fun. It's silly.
I want to get diagnosed.
The
by
reason
her.
I don't be believing in therapy is like I've never heard someone say I'm done with therapy. I've graduated. I got a certificate on the wall. I'm officially
it's an
officially
ongoing
healed.
thing.
That's what health is. I never been like went to the doctor. I gotta go to the doctor again. Like,
Yeah, but at least the doctor's just
sounds pretty sus to me.
at least the doctor is just an annual checkup.
Okay, you go.
You-
to
I mean,
talk to
you-
the therapist once a year, bro.
No, you don't.
You could. Get your lazy ass.
You
but-
do graduate from going to the doctor. It's called dying.
Yeah,
okay?
the ultimate graduation. You graduate from it all.
Damn.
I mean, the same thing happens with therapists. Don't they have like a doctorate degree?
No,
Some
you
of
don't.
them
You
don't.
don't. You don't graduate like as a patient. Like you never. When you
never
go
fix
when
your
you
problems
yeah
in
when you
life.
go to the mechanic,
They
you're
fix your shit.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, you don't graduate from having a car either, Darwin. Like,
But
Don't finish.
at least
Okay,
I can go
your
a certain
car's
amount of
done.
miles before having to go check it again.
Damn.
You go to therapy, you have to go to therapy next week again. You're like, oh, I gotta come.
You know, you
now,
could-
now
you
I gotta
could-
come
You
even
don't have
more.
to, bro.
Now
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
could-
come even more.
you
go
could
whenever
make
you
it
want.
an as-needed basis, Darwin. Like, you don't
Nah,
need-
you like I feel
Darwin,
like
have you ever gone to the
no,
to
I've never gone to
therapist?
therapy.
No.
Obviously not.
But I've seen
They're
The
just taking on my
Sopranos.
weekends. These therapists.
I've seen The Sopranos, and he seemed to be having more problems every time he went.
Well, you're watching too much TV,
Okay, that's The
Darwin.
Sopranos.
Yeah, you're watching. Yeah, I don't think Tony Soprano after
How does
killing
turn
a couple of
against-
people.
How does turn against? I gotta.
I
switch
don't ever
on
want to be a
switch.
chemistry teacher. I'll start selling meth. Like that's the logic you have.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a chemistry teacher so I could start selling meth. I didn't want to start selling meth. Come on, man. I gotta be the best cook out there.
Fucking.
Well, you should try therapy. Maybe go to Amy or Dorit. You know, just do a free session.
No, you gotta go to someone that doesn't have a
Maybe-
relationship.
yeah.
with
What
you, so you
about
can
a
just
guy? I feel
really-
like his therapist is gonna be like him with like glasses and be like, "It'll tell you something."
You know,
Dude, I
I
had
agree
a guy
that
therapist once, and then two weeks later, I got like a letter in the mail saying that he's no longer with the practice. We looked it up. He got arrested.
Oh,
And it
being-
wasn't for something cool like drugs.
What?
It was
was
for something
in a-
gross and disgusting.
Well,
Yeah.
oh,
I thought it was
Like-
gonna be. I thought it was because he actually did what Darwin said. He like you finished when he.
Yeah,
was
he graduated.
He graduated.
Yeah.
He was out here graduating people.
Yeah. No, the letter I got was because he got arrested for child molestation. So that wasn't great.
That sucks.
I dodged a bullet on that one.
Damn.
Lord.
I've been trying to like make it into a bit. Like I tried to make it into a bit, but it was just too dark for my
It-
humor.
Yeah, even first punchline.
I can already
What's the
see
deal
where it
with
can
therapists
go.
being
No,
child
the first
molested?
punchline is like, oh, so you're sad? Have you tried touching a child?
Oh,
No,
God.
it would.
Damn it.
You can go about it as she's the child that he molested, and now he's arrested, and that
It's
was
gonna
like
be
her.
dark no matter what.
therapy
Yeah,
session.
it's not my style.
Alrighty.
Are you enjoying are you still like enjoying show running, or how do you feel about that?
I'm kind of taking a little bit of a step back.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually led 12 Talons. We're doing it once a month now, and on a weekend, so it might work for everyone a little bit more. But I think I enjoy show running in terms of the organizing aspect and creating something, but it's still a lot, and like you have to pull together a lot of like you don't get to just be the stand-up and do your art. You're doing like all the logistics around it. So I wish if I had like a full team, like if we had like a comedy collective that like was organized and actually put that stuff together, it would
union.
be yeah right. It would be nice, but
Buy in.
It's
You
a
can't
lot.
lose your comedy spot. You're permanently number one at all the open mics. A comedy union. You
comedy union?
You're
I
guaranteed
really-
on seniority.
honestly, having a union would make like actors have a union and
We need a union.
yeah, writers have a union, which is the closest that most comics get to being in a union.
Yeah.
They used to be a comedy union.
There used to be. What happened to it?
And no one kept it up. I
I was
guess.
about to say
Wow.
because when the writer strike happened, every like writer like suddenly was doing stand up all of a sudden, like calling
Yeah.
jokes and all them shits. Anyways, but yeah.
Yeah. You want to tell the people something? You got any closing notes?
I got nothing.
You
Just
got any
like
shows coming
follow
up?
me on Instagram, I guess.
Hmm.
Give them
But-
your Instagram.
Oh yeah, at Arusa STFU. UROOSASTFU. I am so close to hitting my next milestone, which is 2,000 followers. So yeah.
At her.
I know. It's not a lot for a lot of people, but for me, an even number is great.
All right, guys. This has been the 5-4. Thank y'all.
504. Woo!